grown. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas, 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. 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 I'm in my element, flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God, and you grinding, you do.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's Stefan here from Mod to Fame, and we are back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I never do, which is a full garage tour of all of my cars. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's go. All right, guys, so I fully would understand if you watched my channel and you thought that all I did or all I owned were Mopars, because that's what I show. I show the Hellcat, I show this car, big Purp, but what I don't, and from time to time I even show my Durango, but what I don't do is show the other cars. So right now, if you look just in the driveway alone, I have an Audi. We'll talk more about that in a second. And I own a Porsche, which we'll talk about more in a second. Both German cars, not American. And then I have another car that you guys don't even hear about, know about, or is even talked about. And these are not like my wifey's cars. Her car is parked out of the frame. I'm not putting her car on camera because we don't need another car that you guys know about. You know, a little privacy, a little bit. But that being said, let's take a second and take it all in. This shot right here is freaking fire. It's fire mainly because the main car for the channel is not even here. The main car for the channel is at N-Track. As you guys know, we're doing more work to it to make it even faster. So if that's the case, then Stefan, what car are we gonna start with? Well, let's start with this baby right here. Yo, Mod, why are you starting with a car that you drive the least? Hey man, that's because this is the car that started it all. This right here is my Gen 1 Panamera Turbo. Reason why I gotta say turbo is because I always wanted this car. As soon as I saw it come out, I was like, yo, that is sick. A four-door Porsche, that it is equivalent, the driving experience is really like driving a four-door 911. So with that being the case, I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. You get all of the luxury. You get all of the luxury, right? Which is, as you guys can see, absolutely exquisite. These buttons and all that stuff is still something that looks like out of a damn cockpit or something. So you get all of the luxury, and I'm talking about front and rear, right? Same buttons back here, full controls back here. Suited out roof and all of that. You get the look goods of a Porsche and the brand of driving a Porsche and the driving experience of a Porsche. Sign me up. This car is the car that started it all, something I always really wanted. And when I got it, it was a super rewarding feeling. This car launched my YouTube channel. And with this car being V8 twin turbo all-wheel drive and a Porsche, the launch control, by the way, fun fact, any Porsche that you see with this clock, that is the Sport Chrono clock. That means that the car has a Sport Chrono package along with launch control. And this thing launches like you would not believe. The front of the car, it was actually in my intro for quite some time. Even on the 22s, it launched hard. But dropping the 22s, I picked up 0.3 seconds. 0.2 seconds I picked up in a quarter mile just by dropping the 22s. On the 22s, the car went 11.9 in the quarter. This car I raced against for the first time. I met drag times with this car. He was driving a GT3 RS. I was driving this car. We raced. I ran an 11.9. He ran an 11.3. So obviously he won that race. But it was a good introduction to see what the four-door turbo could do against the GT3 RS, which was super cool. But after that, I decided, hey, I wanted to go a little faster. So first thing I did was drop the wheels, took the wheels off, put the stock wheels back on. Then I added a set of downpipes. In addition to the downpipes, I added an IPD plenum on the car, and a BMC filter is what this car runs, which is basically the equivalent to like running a K&N on, you know, every other car. I got a full tune later from DME. DME tuned this car. It is a stage 1 tune, so not too aggressive. Picked up 3 PSI on boost, and the car, I'm estimating, because I never got a chance to dyno the car, probably puts down somewhere about 540 wheel to 550 wheel horsepower. With that, so that's equivalent to about 650 crank. So the car came stock. Sorry, I never told you guys. 500 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque is at the crank, what it comes with. These cars usually dyno somewhere around 440, so, or 420, somewhere in that range. So figure I picked up 100 to 120 wheel horsepower, which is a lot, right? And the fastest I've ever been in this car was 11.2, and I believe that was at 127, I believe is what the car went. Did a lot of racing. And in addition to that, this car also was my first big collaboration with Tall Guy Car Reviews and Mr. Organic. They came to New York City. I bought the car down. I took this and I took my Durango, went up with and met up with them in the city, and I threw them the keys and let them drive my Panamera Turbo. That was a big deal back then. I mean, we talking about 4 years ago, because today this car is one of the cleanest examples that you will find of a first gen Panamera. One of the cleanest examples. Body straight as hell, no dents, no nothing. Super duper clean. In addition to that, the car has low mileage. It's under 60,000 miles. And being that it's a first gen, that's really, really good. Eventually there will be no more big V8 twin turbos from Porsche. This is going to be the last example of that. And this one is going to end up one day in someone's collection. One day this car is going to end up on Bring a Trailer as one of the cleanest examples, with everything that works, full factory parts available. You can put it completely back to stock, and the color combination of the white, that is not tan interior. That is not a tan interior. The interior on that car is actually called cognac. So it was a really cool color. Options are white bottom, white gauges, sport chrono. So like I said, it's a full like collector type car one day for someone who always wanted one of these cars like me, couldn't afford it. And then now that they have the money, they don't want a new electric one. They want the original one that they fell in love with. Is it the name of this car on the channel? The Panny. And then there's this monster right here, man. I'm calling it a monster because it's a monster in the sense of the looks. It's not always about speed, right? So this right here is a Dodge Charger RT. That's what it started its life as, a Dodge Charger RT. And today it is a full customized, plum crazy wrapped wide body from Vicraz, custom wheels from Road Force, custom interior, fully done, all whited out, inclusive of, a lot of people like these starlight roofs, inclusive of that. So full custom, including door panels, everything is done, full diamond stitch, and the diamond stitch matches the diamonds in there. And in addition to that, it has full underglow on this car, as well as not only does it have a light show in the car, but I can do light shows out here too. So this right here is an example of the most modifications I've ever done, appearance wise, aesthetic wise, on a build. Most of the time I do all my modifications to be very understated. So, you know, when I modified my Hellcat initially, it was all about the looks, and it looked phenomenally clean. That's what I went for. But this one, I went for a completely different look because I wasn't worried about the performance. I was only worried about the overall aesthetic when it was done. And why is that so important? Well, that's so important because this car I'm giving away, but I'm gonna let Chris tell you more.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Chris Childs and I'm here with Big Purp. Yeah, that big beauty in the back. I'm here to tell you how you can take her home free and clear. So the first thing you're gonna do is go to modtofame.com and I'm gonna tell you how to win. All right, so every $5 spent gets you an entry. So everything you see there, all the cool stuff, like this shirt, those stickers, yeah, it gains you an entry. So make sure you go ahead and check it out. You get a chance to win her. Why not take her home and wear cool stuff? Tell them Chris sent you.
That's right, man. This one is not going to be in my collection much longer because in 12 days, this car is going to go to a new winner. I don't know if you guys remember, but earlier this year, I gave away my, what I called Stimmy Hemi, which was my 06 Chrysler 300 with the Hemi. And the reason why I cleaned that car up, amazing. It was immaculate when I was done. And I gave that car completely away for free. As you notice, this car is a lot more expensive though. It is a 17 Dodge Charger. So these cars today, right now on the used car market, are going upwards of $33,000 to $35,000 in stock form. This is way, way past stock form. So basically, man, this one we couldn't afford to put thousands of dollars into and not try to recoup some of that cost. But it's pretty simple if you think about it. If all you got to do is get one of these or get a nice hoodie like this, which is great quality, looks good on you, or even get some joggers like what I got on right now, all of that is available on the website. So it's pretty simple. But what I've learned about owning this car is 390 horsepower is still a good bit of horsepower. 0 to 60 in sub 6 seconds is still a quick car. I actually thoroughly enjoy driving this car. I can step on the gas, get on it, and I'm not doing illegal numbers right off the bat. That is super duper important. This right here represents, if I can keep this car, I would make this car my perfect daily, my perfect car that I can go to any car show with if I wanted to, my perfect, just all around nice car. If I were to keep this car, I would probably cam it, put a cam in it, pick it up about 100 horsepower using full bolt-ons, cam, tuning, and then I might even add a 75 shot for if I wanted to drag race it and go run 11s with this thing consistently. So if you want to go that route, you can go that route. But for me, it was more about just keeping it nice, pretty, and looking good. This one is going to be short and sweet, guys, because there's not much to talk about a stock Audi A4 2.0T with an S-Line package. That's what this is. S-Line package includes side skirt, more aggressive front bumper, larger wheels, and this car is just nicely optioned out with virtual cockpit, which is one of the Audi features that I absolutely love. Let's change that back out of there. Okay, virtual cockpit is absolutely one of the things that I love. It's the same interface that comes on the R8, the TTRS, and all of the cars pretty much have that virtual cockpit. So Audi, what they do is they allow you to option the cars up as much as you want. So this is just a well-optioned Audi 2.0T. What is the purpose of this car though? This is my commuter car. It is my gas saver. I still work a day job, and that job requires me to be on the road a lot. So I need a car that I can rack up miles, not have to worry about gas mileage, and you know, the V8s and the Mopars ain't it. And this right here is the dirtiest of the bunch right now. Living in the Northeast, man, it's hard to keep your car clean. The roads are always salty from prior snow. As you guys saw when we started this video, snow in my driveway. It has since melted. However, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna hop in this Durango. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about its story and its, well, you know, where it came from, why I have it, And then we're also going to get it washed because I can't look at this thing like this. It's driving me crazy. And in addition to that, we're going to talk about the staple of the channel, my Hellcat. Hey, but before we finish talking about the workhorse of the family, which is this Durango that I'm in right now, Durango RT, we got to talk about the staple, man. The car that pretty much brought us to where we are today, the Hellcat. The reason why I actually bought that car, it was funny because when I was shopping for that car, I was also looking at other cars. I was looking at an R8. I was looking at a Maserati Gran Turismo because I just like the look of those cars. But I had to be smart. And ask myself, what am I doing this for? Why am I buying this car? And when it came down to it, I said, this is for the business. And if this is for the business of YouTube, then it has to be a car that pretty much has a lot of interest socially. And to be honest with you, man, the Hellcat, I think it was the best move that I could have made, period, because it is a car that is loved, but it is a car that is way more hated on. And what that does is it brings about a lot of attention because people love to hate on Hellcats. But that being said, I've always been a guy that's into performance. So when I started looking, I was like, okay, not only is it a good car for YouTube, but the performance is there. Like, you cannot deny any car that you can buy off of the lot that has 700 horsepower from the factory with a warranty. So when I bought that Hellcat, it was the cheapest one in the country. I named the car affectionately Cheapokitty. Ironically, the car is actually worth more today than what I bought it for 4 years ago. So the Hellcat Man quickly became the staple of the channel because it became the staple of my attention as well. I have other cars, I've always had other cars, but that car has taken pretty much all of my time and attention. One, because it was very rewarding to the business in terms of views. And then two, because I actually really thoroughly enjoy it, and it became my favorite car in the collection. I did not buy it with that intention, but that's what happened. It literally took over my heart because of the manual transmission, the performance, the comfort, the usability across the board, and I was racing everything. The day that I picked that car up, drove it like 8 hours to Nashville, Tennessee, raced, kept driving it back home because I went across America to buy that car. It was the only way that I could find one for a deal. So that car has been known by a couple of different names now. First was Cheapokitty, then it was the Supercar Slayer, and we're about to have a version 3 of that car coming, but that's a preview for those of you that watch the channel and know it. When that car gets reintroduced, I'm introducing it as a new car because it is going to be completely different from what you know now. So if you held on to the video this long, you're about to find out 2 for the price of 1. All of the cars in my collection, if we count them right now, we're up to 5. I've introduced you guys to 5 cars that I currently have in my collection, and I'm about to tell you about number 6. All right, come on. And just like that, boys, we are at the car wash. I'll let them do their thing. I'll talk to y'all inside. Dog, it was super loud in the car wash tunnel. We didn't talk a lot about the Durango, but all you need to know about that thing is that it holds me down. It does everything. It trailers cars across the damn country. I've trailered my Hellcat with no issue, no problem, just getting it done. I always had a vision for this car that it was going to be amazing one day. One day when I finally had the resources and the funds and the team to do it, I was gonna build something absolutely amazing out of it, which is why I kept it for so long. And that is none other than my C5 Corvette. My C5 Corvette is a car that is my first nice car ever. I've told this story on this channel before, but the short version is I was a car show guy, Lexus guy, you know, different types of cars and stuff, and they were all modified really nicely, but it was always for show, never for go. So this was the first time that I had ever got into like any sort of performance, and that car was a great introduction into it. If you think about it, you know, the car is 3,200 pounds, comes with the LS1. I cammed that car, built that car, nitrous that car, and, you know, ran that car hard for a lot of years, and eventually blew the motor. And it's been sitting down ever since. It's been sitting down for quite some time now, for the last few years. That being said, as you can see, it's still absolutely beautiful because I stored it in a climate controlled environment, because I always knew that it was going to be special to me. That car has sentimental value in the fact that, like I said, it was the first nice car that I ever had. So we will be introducing that car in the next couple weeks as the next build project on the Mod to Fame channel. And that right there wraps up my full tour of my full garage. I know a lot of you only know about the Hellcat. A lot of you guys don't know that I own so many cars. And why do I own so many cars? Because I'm sick, man. I'm sick in the head. That being said, also, I thought this year was going to be the year that we added more cars. However, given everything going on with the market and pricing, bro, I ain't buying a damn thing. I am not paying stupid money over. I paid well over the market price for that Charger, the one that we're giving away. So this is your chance, man. And anything V8 right now, big money on the used car market. So you can get it for the price of a hoodie, or you know, something as simple as a t-shirt. We even have the flash sale going on right now that's giving you up to 50% off. So please, guys, don't be the one to miss out and not be able to win. You got to think about it. Either way, you winning, right? Because you purchase a product, you get a product. It just so happens that when you purchase that product, it gives you a chance to win a car. I think that's a win-win-win. So guys, make sure you visit modtofame.com. Make sure you visit modtofame.com right now. Get in there to win. Don't miss it. It's your boy Stephen here. And until the next one, we out. We out.